Chapter 4. No one wanted to get right back into a cab, so they started walking across Trafalgar Square on foot. Dad gave LuLu a piggyback ride because her shoes were a little too tight. "Mom, I think you should let us sing in your concert," Mia said. "Oh, you do you?" Mom asked, her eyes dancing. "We could have a special song, like the one you wrote for us. I'll bet the audience would love it." "Love it, love it, love it," agreed LuLu. "And what would your song be about?" Mom asked. Maddie shuddered. Her palms felt immediately sweaty. Mia often had wild suggestions like this, but Mom usually said no right away. This time, Mom seemed to be considering the idea. Lately, Mia had been having a lot of ideas about performing. Mom had even signed them up for a theater camp. Maddie didn't mind watching Mom on stage, but being up there herself, in front of everyone, would be a completely different situation. "Maybe we could sing about dreaming big, or something like that. What do you think, Maddie?" Mia asked. They had just passed through Trafalgar Square gate. Maddie latched on to the first distraction she saw, a red booth on the corner. "What's that, Mom?" she asked. "You mean the telephone booth?" she asked. "The what?" Mia asked while Maddie went to take a closer look. Tossing Mom a grin, Dad set LuLu down. "Here, I'll demonstrate." He opened the glass-paned door and went inside, picking up the telephone receiver and holding it up to his ear. "Just need a coin, here," he said, rummaging in his pocket. "How many coins does a telephone booth in London take, anyway?" Of course, Miss Julia pulled out her phone. "Google to the rescue!" She scrolled for a moment, frowned, and then scrolled again. "What does it say?" LuLu asked. "It's not as simple as you'd think," Miss Julia said. "First of all, the British pound has only followed a decimal system since 1971. So now, a pound equals 100 pence. But before 1971, a pound equaled 20 shillings, and a shilling equaled 12 pence. Maddie wrinkled her nose, doing the math in her mind. "So a pound used to be worth 240 pence? That's confusing," Mia said. "No wonder they changed to decimals." "It's fascinating," Miss Julia said, still scrolling. "They argued over the concept for centuries, and finally decided they had to change in order to be more consistent with the rest of the world. One day, Decimal Day, they switched, and their entire coin system changed." "So how much does this telephone booth cost, then?" Dad asked. "Looks like 60 pence, Miss Julia said, "and that gives you up to 30 minutes for a local or national call." Dad sorted his coins and then dropped a few into the slot. "Now, who should I dial?" "Wait, so people pay money to make calls in London? Don't they have real phones?" Mia asked. "Even when we have our emergency phones to call Mom or Miss Julia?" Maddie said, pulling hers out. "Before cell phones, public phone booths were the only way to make calls when you were out and about," Mom said. "Like payphones back home," Mia said. "I've seen them in movies, I guess, but I can't think of one I've seen in real life. Well, maybe the call boxes on the freeway. I've seen some of those." "But why is the phone in a booth? And why is the booth so red?" LuLu asked, looking the booth up and down as though she'd figure it out if she saw it from a different angle. "Looks like telephone boxes were created by the post office in England." Miss Julia scrolled down her phone screen. "The post office managed mail and telephone, all communication, and they wanted the phone and post boxes to be architecturally pleasing. So they had a competition, and this is what they ended up with. Red, so the booths were easy to spot." "Will they keep them always?" Mia asked. "I mean, now that everyone has a phone in their pocket." "I hope so," Maddie said, taking a turn inside the booth.